Hey guys, Striker here again with tutorial number 2 for modding Burnout Paradise PS3 in the save data. This tutorial is going to show you how to manually inject cars into a game save so they can be colored. For example, if you wanted to use your own personal save you've been using since Burnout came out and now want like a straight black or neon or something on one of your favorite cars. So, same tools as before, brute force and HXD, links in the description. And go ahead and find your save directory. Alright, this is an untouched save. Decrypt PFD as usual, and open as usual. Alright, there's our save. So, where we want to start with injecting our vehicles is with the cavalry, finish 1. So we'll go ahead and find that. Alright, that's the first instance, but that's not the one we want to touch, because we're going to be replacing a code, and it requires that you replace this specific one. This, the second one, specifically at offset 270, is the one we need. So, once you've found that, go ahead and find the vehicle you want to inject. And we've got our Carbon X12 here, my personal favorite for everything but takedown battles. We do not need to find it. And once you have that copied, go ahead and just paste it straight over there. Done. Save it, re-encrypt it, and you're good to go. Now, once you've done that, load the save onto your PS3, boot the game, load your save, make sure everything's fine and dandy, nothing froze, and yeah, then just quit the game, copy the save back to your flash drive from your PS3, overwriting the one on your flash drive, and then you should have the modifier, which this isn't it, but as an example, once you've injected a vehicle for color modification, it's going to have 2 pairs of Fs immediately after the identifier. That is where we will place our codes. For actually changing those codes specifically, check out my last tutorial video. Alright, so once that is done and once it's been overwritten and you have your vehicle injected, then you can move on to injecting other vehicles one by one. At that point, it will simply be searching up the cavalry finish 1. It will be anywhere it decided to rewrite it in the save, replace it, and reload the game. And that's it for injecting regular vehicles. I'll go ahead and make sure that's just the regular cavalry again. Alright, now, a question I had gotten on my older tutorial video was, how do you inject the online cars? And thanks to a good friend of mine who gave me the tip, I can now show you. If you use Cavalry Finish 1 to inject the Ryzen Turbo and the Olympus, you're simply going to get them available to be colored. You're going to get the identifier in there with the color modifier, but they're not going to show up in your vehicle selection list offline. The trick, which so simple it made me feel a little stupid, finishes 2 and 3 of the Cavalry have to be used. And the cool thing is here is you can also do both vehicles at the same time. A little interesting thing here, Cavalry Finish 2 is already in the save with a color modifier. Not sure why, don't ask me, because I don't know. Anyway, what we do from that point is we take our Cavalry Finish 2 code, and once I find the online cars here, which are right here, not sure if you can inject the other finishes, so we're just going to do with Finish 1 here. Copy, overwrite just like you would the other stuff. Alright, that's done. Then you go to Finish 3. Find it. That's the actual, that's actually a value for one of the gloss colors. Now that I think about it. Go back to the Olympus. Copy it. Actually, don't do that. If you do get this dialog box, whenever you're modifying a save, hit cancel. It will screw up your save faster than you can say shoot. And there's no undoing. Well, if you've saved it, you can't undo. But anyway, go ahead and paste that over the top. bam, done. As soon as you load your save, you should have both the standard Hunter Olympus and the Raijin Turbo available offline. I actually just figured all of this out today, or tested it, I should say, so I haven't seen whether it actually will inject the cards for coloring at the same time as well, but I would imagine so. And while I'm at it here, quick little description of what exactly this wrecked vehicle modifier is for. Well, pretty obvious. Wrecks your vehicle, makes it as if it was never driven, or at least driven through a repair shop. But the specific use for it is on the Annihilator Street Rod. Now, I'm sure if you've been playing Burnout for long enough, you've run into some traffic-free lobbies and people doing what are called road rules. Of course, like I said, if you've been playing Burnout for long enough, you know what a road rule is. And the Annihilator Street Rod is, I would say, the most popular car to use for it, the best. And what that wrecked vehicle modifier is useful for is that once you have, of course, it's not injected in the save, but I'll see. Once you have the Annihilator Street Rod finishes 1, 2, or 3, and these you can inject, of course, as shown here. Once you inject the vehicle, you can add this wrecked modifier, just like I show here, this being where the color goes, and this being the wrecked modifier. It causes the Annihilator Street Rod to have a shorter wheelbase, which actually will lend to more responsive handling, which is very useful for road rules where you might have to pull tight corner and, handling is critical. And that is the actual main purpose of this code as I found, digging around just recently. Otherwise, the only real other reasons to throw it on a vehicle is if you like having a wrecked car, which it is pretty interesting to see sometimes, or if you want to prevent a repaintable car from having its custom color overwritten. So if you threw neon red on the Cavalry and you drive it through a paint shop, it resets it. You can't paint a wrecked car. So anyway, guys, that's the end of this second tutorial. Next one is going to talk about placing cars over cars. And yeah, hope it was all helpful. And have a great day, guys.